Don't know any new anime to watch? Don't worry, this video's got you covered. If you've ever sat staring at your screen, scrolling endlessly through anime platforms, rewatching the same shows because nothing new feels worth starting, you're not alone. Anime has exploded in recent years, and while that means we get more content than ever, it also means it's harder to separate the truly great series from the forgettable ones. That's why today, we're going deep into some of the best new and recent anime you should absolutely add to your watch list. Action, fantasy, emotional stories, psychological thrillers, and hidden gems. Everything is here. So sit back, relax, and let's find your next obsession. Let's start with one of the most talked about anime in recent years, Solo Leveling. Soon Jinwoo starts as the weakest hunter of them all, barely surviving low-level dungeons just to pay medical bills for his family. What makes Solo Leveling special isn't just the action, it's the transformation. You watch Jinwoo go from fragile and afraid to calm, dominant and terrifyingly powerful. Every fight feels earned, every upgrade feels satisfying, and the darker tone makes it feel more mature than your average power fantasy. Next up is Frieren, Beyond Journey's End. This anime does something most fantasy stories never dare to do. Frieren, an elf mage who barely ages, watches her human companions grow old and die while she remains unchanged. The story follows her journey as she tries to understand emotions, memories, and the value of time. There are no constant battles or loud power-ups here. Instead, the anime focuses on quiet moments, reflection, grief, and growth. It's peaceful, beautiful, and emotionally devastating in the most subtle way possible. If you want an anime that makes you think about life itself, Frieren is unforgettable. Now, let's talk about Kaiju no 8. In a world plagued by massive monsters called Kaiju, humanity relies on elite defense forces to survive. One day, everything changes when he gains the ability to transform into a Kaiju himself. The anime blends explosive action with humor and mature themes, asking what it really means to be a hero when you become the very thing people fear. The pacing is tight, the fights are brutal, and the characters are easy to root for. Another must-watch is Heavenly Delusion. The other follows children living inside a mysterious, seemingly perfect facility. Slowly, the two narratives begin to connect in unsettling ways. Heavenly Delusion thrives on atmosphere and mystery. It doesn't explain everything right away, and that's what makes it so compelling. Each episode leaves you with questions, emotions, and a sense of unease that lingers long after the credits roll. If you want something energetic and different, Zom 100, Bucket List of the Dead is a perfect pick. When a zombie apocalypse breaks out, instead of being afraid, he feels free for the first time in years. He creates a bucket list of things he wants to do before he dies and sets out to live fully in the middle of chaos. The anime is colorful, comedic, and surprisingly heartfelt. Beneath the humor, it critiques work culture, burnout, and the importance of living for yourself. Now let's move to the Apothecary Diaries. Set in an imperial palace, this anime follows Mao Mao, a clever and sharp-tongued girl with deep knowledge of medicine and poison. There's no flashy combat here. The tension comes from intelligence and observation. It's slow, elegant, and incredibly addictive, especially if you enjoy mystery and historical settings. Another standout is Undead Unluck. This anime revolves around Fuko, a girl whose ability brings death together. They are pulled into a bizarre organization that enforces supernatural rules governing the universe. The anime balances comedy, tragedy, romance, and intense action in a way that feels chaotic, but intentional. It's unpredictable, emotional, and far deeper than it first appears. Let's talk about Oshi no Ko. At first glance, it looks like an idol anime. But very quickly, it reveals itself as a dark exploration of fame, obsession, and revenge. This is not a feel-good series. It has one that leaves you thinking long after each episode. Another great watch is Chainsaw Man. Denji is a poor, desperate boy burdened by debt and forced to hunt devils to survive. The anime is violent, chaotic, and darkly comedic, but beneath the madness is a story about loneliness, desire, and searching for meaning in a cruel world. Chainsaw Man feels raw and unfiltered, and that's exactly why it stands out. If you want psychological tension, check out Summertime Rendering. Each reset reveals new truths and raises the stakes higher. The anime is smart, intense, and incredibly well-paced. It rewards attention and keeps you guessing until the very end. Now let's move to Dark Gathering. This anime